All right, we're going to talk about this form, this cylinder, and we're going to talk about these darts, and we're actually going to apply some of them to this cylinder. So the first one that I am going to cut out of here is going to be, I'll do this one. All right. So it's kind of cool because you can take that shape right out, all right? It's not perfectly symmetrical, but that's all right for my purposes right now. Mostly a demo here. So I'm going to put a little slip on this. Not too much slip on these, though, just a little. I'm going to score these. You have to work pretty fast or this stuff dries out and you can't bend it and it won't want to connect. Now here's the critical part. When you go to put this together, what you're doing, it's just like when you're putting together the sphere. See how I'm leaving one of these stick out, right? See how this one's sticking out? Well, so then I'm going to take that material and pull it over, right? And I'm doing the opposite on the inside. I'm pulling the material from the inside one over the outside one. So it's kind of like a little overlap where the seam actually gets kind of hidden underneath. All right, so that creates this kind of like round taper, if you will. Right, the cylinder goes in at that point. And then look, if I wanted to, I could do the same thing here, opposite that. Now clay's great because you can push it around as well. Now, I'm going to skip slipping and scoring. Do not skip slipping and scoring when you make your own because it will not stick together as well. But I want to make some other I want to make some other ideas clear. Now I can push these little dimples in a little bit, and I can even reach in here if I want to and push this out. All right. It's almost like it has like a humpback. But for sure, like this is more static of a form, right? This line or this shape creates more of a static form over here. This is a little more dynamic. Now, what if I go like this? Look at that. Now the whole thing looks like it's moving in this direction, right? So we've even linked principles, but you see, I take this shape out and it affects the form. It affects the primary contour of the form. Now we know these are hollow because there's openings on the end, but we could close them up and then we wouldn't know what the interior form is. But at the moment, the interior form kind of looks, you know, just like a secondary skin, like it's almost like this is a tube, right? So these are the types of things you can do with darting. You can kind of affect how the eye flows across these forms, if they're static, if they're starting to become more dynamic. Obviously, if I lay this on its side, it's going to want to roll, so therefore it's even more dynamic, or I could keep closing it up, of course. All right, so there's 3 darts. That would kind of be a minimum for the darting your cylinder assignment, all right?